Vamos. ¿Cómo estás? Buenos dias, by the way. No, how's it going? No. Um, Hello again. It's been a while. I hope you like my Spanish Glaswegian. I've got a Spanish film and a Spanish wine to talk to you about today. Very excited about this one actually. The film I watched about a month ago, and I hadn't seen it before. I had heard of it, and I thought I need to talk about this wine. Sorry, about this film. But I've not had a. In the meantime, I've not had a decent enough. I've had a couple of Spanish wines, but I needed a good one to match the quality of the film before talking to you, and that happened last night. I had a glass of a red that's of a sufficient quality to match the film. We'll start with a wine today. The wine is from Catalonia, northeast Spain. You know where Barcelona is? Northeast coast. Catalonia is there. It's a region that's known generally for quality wines. So the reviews a bit bad. It's known for quality wines made with Grenache predominantly. One of the most famous producers is this one is Torres. I'll show you the bottle. So you've got Torres. There's Catalonia there, and that's the wine. Grenache with Syrah. I call it Grenache, which is the international name, the French name and international name. Grenache is grown obviously south of France and in the New World, places like Australia. But actually its origins are in Spain, and it's known as Garnacha in Spain. Predominantly in the northeast is where it grows. Garnacha it's quite a trendy wine these days. It's one of these ones that I think it's beginning to be managed better, so the results have got better. It gives intense flavour, intense fruit, usually high acidity, certain times good acidity. And there's tannin there as well. Not intense tannins like a Syrah, for example, or Cabernet Sauvignon, but there's tannin there. So in other words, all that combines to make a very food-friendly wine. Funnily enough, in Catalonia, that's the dominant grape of the blend. Somewhere like, for example, Rioja, Grenache is less common. You have it as a kind of as filler. Tempranillo obviously is the dominant in Rioja. Grenache is used to fill it up a wee bit, give it more structure or whatever. It's the other way around in Catalonia, but it's the dominant grape. I'm a big fan of Grenache. If you see Grenache in the supermarket or a wine shop or whatever, check it out. Not a great light today, but you can get. It's not deep colour, but you know it's darker than say a Pinot. You get the sort of technology. You get the idea. Nice kind of purpley colour. Berries, dark berries on the nose. Bit of pepper, bit of spice. There's a kind of intensity there and a richness, but it's not too overpowering. Okay. That is lovely. Muy bien, muy bien. Lovely. I say dark berries on there. A nice acidity. The tannins are there. There's a bit of licorice as well on the tongue. It's kind of vibrant, but there's weight as well. I would say it's a modern style Catalonian red. Often as I was suggesting with Catalonian reds, they're big, dense, rich wines that need a lot of time. This one's perfect to drink now. Delicious. It's light enough you could have it as an aperitif wine with ham, that type of stuff. Darker meats predominantly, but perfect with a main dish because of the acidity in the fruit. A lamb dish, I think, would probably be the best mix for that. You could have it with beef as well. Delicious, really good wine. I'll show you the wine again. It's called Habitat. It's a biological wine, ecological. Vino ecological means essentially organic, more or less. And you've got Grenache, Torres, Catalonia. There you go. Now, delicious. The film, very exciting, is this one here. Volver, or Volver, however they say it in Spain. They can't see B or V in Spanish. Volver. Volver means to go home. And as you can see, it's Penelope Cruz. Pedro Almodovar, I think I get his name right, Almodovar, who is a legend in cinematic terms. I'm sure you know the name. He's been doing films for 30 years. Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown, Volver, loads of other ones. He is a genius. Overused word, isn't it? But he is. Fascinating film. Penelope Cruz plays the lead, and she's absolutely magnificent. I have to say, I didn't know that much about Penelope Cruz. As far as I was aware, not aware. What I was aware of was her Hollywood stuff, which is never necessarily that interesting. It's not her fault. It's just the kind of parts she plays. So to see her play in her own language with a genius like Almodovar is wonderful. She's absolutely tremendous. The whole cast are. What's interesting about his films is that they're very female dominated. There's no real male leads in here. It's very female driven story, and a real kind of homage, I suppose, to the strength of women, but also to their sense of humour, to their sexuality, to all these kinds of things. There is a Hitchcockian element to this film. It's dark, it's erotic, it's slightly surreal, or slightly, I wouldn't use the word gloomy, but there's a real atmospheric stillness almost. The difference being obviously with this and Hitchcock is that Hitchcock, the female leads in it were almost objectified, or the object of the male lead in one degree or another, to some degree or another, whereas this is female dominant in terms of the characterisation. But it's beautifully done. It's not always easy to make films where you've only really got one sex. I think it's not always easy to have a storyline where. But anyway, it's absolutely tremendous, and as well as that kind of atmospheric themes based around the murder and all that type of stuff. The other key to the film is in the title, Volver. It's about the sense of home and the sense of death, and how the particular part of Spain in which this film takes place is partly influences the whole film, the atmosphere of the film, the plot and the script. And it's La Mancha in southeast Spain, which is very, it's old school. It's windmills and Don Quixote and very hot and very sparsely populated and very, very old-fashioned. And it's how it depicts, even in the modern day, how a place like that is very much dominated by its location, by its history, by all these things, by its traditions, and how death still plays a huge part in life there. You can't have enough good words about this film, really, because there's so much going on. It's got almost everything you want from a film in terms of themes, plot lines, character. It's great. Yeah, check it out. 7:57 in Volver. Tremendous stuff. Tremendous. So we had a film set in La Mancha, southeast, wine in the northeast, Torres and Garnacha. Both high quality Spanish produce. Muy bien, muy bien. So, Almodovar, get any of his films, but Volver, you have to check it out, and look out for wines from Catalonia. They are wunderbar. So, thanks for listening. Adios. Arrivederci.